All right, let's talk kitchen remodels. It feels like there are a million decisions to make, right? But what if I told you there's one, just one single choice that pretty much dictates everything else? Today, we are creating your roadmap for that decision, your kitchen cabinets. So, you're ready to remodel. You're probably dreaming about those gorgeous countertops, the shiny new appliances, maybe that perfect tile for the backsplash. But wait a second. Before all of that, what is the single most important decision you're going to make? Yep, it's the cabinets. This one choice is like the first domino in a long line. It sets off a chain reaction that's going to determine your budget, your timeline, and the entire look and feel of your kitchen. Look, cabinets are so much more than just boxes on a wall. They are the literal foundation of your kitchen. They set the style, they dictate how you move around and work, they eat up a huge chunk of your budget, and they control the whole project schedule. You get this choice right, and everything else just has a way of falling into place. Okay, so if they're that critical, how in the world do you choose? Well, your decision really starts here, with four main paths you can go down. Each one has its own set of pros and cons. First up, you've got stock cabinets. The easiest way to think about these is the off-the-shelf option. They're built in factories, in all the most common sizes and styles, and they're basically just sitting in a warehouse waiting for you. So here's the deal with stock. The huge plus is speed and price. You can have them delivered in just a few days. But the downside? You have very little choice. You're stuck with standard sizes, which means you often have to use these awkward filler panels just to close the gaps. And honestly, the quality can be a real gamble. It can range from pretty decent plywood to particle board that might not hold up over time. Now, a really popular type of stock cabinet is RTA, which stands for Ready to Assemble. These show up at your house flat-packed in a bunch of boxes, and your kitchen remodel basically turns into a massive IKEA project. The big appeal here is, you guessed it, cost. Because you're the one supplying all the labor to build them, RTA cabinets are often the absolute cheapest way to get a new kitchen. But that's also the biggest drawback. You need the time, you need the skills, and you need a lot of patience to build dozens of these things perfectly. One mistake, and you could compromise the durability of your entire kitchen. Now, if you want more flexibility than stock, but you don't exactly have an unlimited budget, you're probably going to land right here, in the world of semi-custom. For a lot of people, this is the real sweet spot. With semi-custom, you start with standard sizes, but then you get to make changes. Say you need a cabinet that's 27 inches wide instead of a standard 24 or 30, no problem. You get way more finishes and door styles, and the quality is a definite step up. So, what's the catch? Well, it's cost and time. You'll pay more for that freedom, and you'll have to wait, maybe 4 to 8 weeks for them to be built. And then, for those who have a very specific vision and a budget to make it happen, we have the top tier, custom cabinets. This is the blank canvas approach. Seriously, if you can dream it, a cabinet maker can build it. With custom, there are absolutely no limitations. Got a weirdly shaped corner? 10-foot high ceilings? Want to match the color to an antique piece of furniture? It's all possible. You get incredible, furniture-grade quality that uses every single inch of your space. But that perfection comes with the highest price tag and the longest wait times, often 3 months or even more. So, how do you choose? It honestly just boils down to these 3 things. The right choice for you lives at the intersection of your budget, your timeline, and how much customization you really want. If you're honest with yourself about those 3 things, the right category will become pretty obvious. Okay, let's talk money. Let's decode the price tag. In the kitchen world, we usually talk about cost in linear feet. It sounds complicated, but it's not. It's just the price for every 1-foot-long section of cabinets. It's how we compare apples to apples. For your stock and RTA options, you're looking at the most budget-friendly range, somewhere between $60 and $200 per linear foot. So for an average kitchen, that could be anywhere from, say, $3,000 to $8,000 total, just for the cabinets. When you move up to semi-custom, you can see the price jumps quite a bit, into the $300 to over $600 per linear foot range. That extra money is what buys you the better materials, the stronger construction, and, of course, the flexibility to make those important changes. And then there's custom. The sky is pretty much the limit here. You're starting around $900 a linear foot, and it can easily climb past $2,000. What you're paying for here is true craftsmanship, the best materials, and a product that is literally made just for you. And this chart just lays it all out visually. You can see the price doesn't just climb, it leaps. The jump from stock to semi-custom and then again to custom is huge. And this is exactly why picking your cabinet category is the single biggest financial decision you're going to make in this whole project. Okay, so you've figured out your budget. You've picked your cabinet category. Now for the next big challenge, actually making all the pieces fit together in your room. This is what I like to call the layout puzzle. And it's the perfect way to think about it, really. You have this fixed amount of wall space, and you have a bunch of different pieces, sink cabinets, drawer cabinets, pantry cabinets, and your goal is to arrange them in a way that's not just beautiful, but also super functional. To solve this puzzle, you have to speak the language of cabinets, and that's all about dimensions. These are the standard building blocks. See how base cabinets are always 34.5 inches high? That's to give you a comfortable countertop height. And wall cabinets are only 12 inches deep, so you're not constantly hitting your head on them. And the widths almost always come in 3-inch jumps. Knowing these numbers is the secret to making a stock or a semi-custom plan work. So how do the pros do it? They follow a pretty simple process, and we can boil it down to these 3 steps. First, think about your workflow. Create zones for prepping, cooking, and cleaning. Second, give yourself room to breathe. You need at least 36 inches for any walkway. And third, and this one is so important, always, always get the exact measurements for your appliances before you order your cabinets. Being off by even an inch can be a disaster. So there you have it. We've gone over the 4 main paths you can take, what they're likely to cost, and the basic rules of the layout puzzle. You officially have the roadmap. Your next move is to think about your priorities, be real about the numbers, and decide what kind of kitchen you really want to create. And that really brings us to the final question. You've seen all the options, from the quick and affordable stock cabinets all the way to a completely bespoke custom kitchen. Any of these paths can lead to a beautiful result. So take a hard look at your budget, your timeline, and your vision, and ask yourself, what will be the foundation of your dream kitchen?